The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Sorry, I have a mitt in my mouth. I don't know how that's affecting the way that I talk. Let me chew this real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Just really had to get that down.
Alrighty, yeah.
That's very funny. I live in Colorado. X, where do you live?
I also live in Colorado.
Oh, look at us go. That's the episode. Not the end of the episode, but that's what we're going to talk about. Hello, listeners. I'm Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
Paranormal dudes.
Reading paranormal stories. I almost said living in paranormal stories.
Just a paranormal dudes living inside paranormal stories.
We live on Reddit.
Today, we're going to be staying at the Denver airport.
Okay, so we decided to do Colorado as a theme this week because we've had an idea for a while that we were going to do every state if we could, because that just gives us a plethora, well, at least 50 episodes worth of content.
At minimum.
Right? An issue I had in looking for stories was that a lot of them have to do with haunted hotels in Colorado, but our last episode was haunted hotels. So Mr. E suggested doing the Denver airport, which I couldn't find a whole lot on, but we did manage to find 2 stories for it. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what Colorado holds for us. But how you enjoying living in Colorado, Mr. R?
Okay, so you know this about me. I've had asthma all my life.
Yeah.
When we had first moved from sea-level Philadelphia to Colorado Springs, there was a set of stairs at the entrance of the house. Either you went up or you went down or you went to the right into the garage.
Yes.
I did my best to either be upstairs or downstairs because the stairs were a choke point in that I would choke and die. Breathing was very hard. Obviously, I got used to it. Yeah. Let's see. What do I think about Colorado now? I won't tell you the town I'm living in, but here's what I'll say is that the rent is almost pound for pound the amount you get paid. So there's virtually no way to leave.
Yeah. See, I make a lot more money now than I did in Texas and definitely in Philadelphia because I didn't work when I was in Philadelphia. Yeah. But it is so expensive to live here, seemingly for no reason, that you spend most of your time just trying to survive, just trying to afford living here, which is insane.
There's a little joke I like to say where the only thing there is to do in my town is to day drink and hike, and I don't do either of those things. So the rent there's no reason that it's this high.
Yeah. When we moved to Colorado, we moved to Colorado Springs initially, which, is very high. It's on a mountain, essentially. Yeah. And at first I didn't notice how thin the air was because I had to walk everywhere. And so I was walking like up to 12 miles a day in one direction. And I didn't notice until one day I called my mom and I was talking on the phone with her. And I realized like 10 minutes into that call that I was completely out of breath and I was just pacing. I was like, what the hell? But anyways, when we first moved to Colorado, the first thing I noticed is in Colorado Springs, at least, there is a liquor store around every corner.
Literally, I worked at one.
Any little shopping plaza you would see contained at least a liquor store. Some of them had more than one. So liquor stores and tattoo shops are plentiful in Colorado. So
that's another thing that's too fucking expensive. People, if you're a tattoo artist in Colorado, get the fuck over it. I don't know. I don't want to walk into a shop and see $120 minimums ever. Like, you're not that good. The atmosphere doesn't make it worth the price. Shut up. Low $60 minimum.
Yeah, just because I can walk out your front door and see a mountain doesn't mean anything to me.
Just because, and this goes for every business, just because you've incorporated the silhouette of mountains into your logo, lower your prices.
Yeah. Man, in all reality, I don't mind living here. I like making more money. I like, just getting to see the mountains is nice. Sure, I like the weather changes throughout the year.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I don't like the people. The people here are so... I don't know if it's...
what's
I
funny
can't even
about
say
the
it's
people?
Rudeness. It's
They're
just...
all from other places.
Yeah. Most of them are from other places. I feel like the people I dislike the most in Colorado are from Colorado. They're just kind of insufferable. And I'm sorry if you're a listener from Colorado. But yeah, we got to find somewhere to vent about this stuff. But no, it's fine. It's a good place to live. I think it's funny whenever I talk to my friends back in Texas and they're like, well, I don't know if I could pay state taxes. And I'm like, well, sure, but if it wasn't for the state taxes, I wouldn't be getting anything back on my tax return.
Oh, sure.
The last, since COVID, every return I've gotten from my taxes have been from Colorado. Mm-hmm. And it's usually like their sales tax stuff. But yeah, there's good things and bad things. Although personally, I can't wait to get out of here. So
me either.
And it's all because of the ghosts. So
it's so spooky here.
Yeah, I've had so many experiences. No, I haven't had any, but something I do have a lot of experience with, the Denver airport. I've used it quite a few times.
Popular locale for you, huh?
Yeah, I go there all the time so I can go back to Texas. So yeah, let's go ahead and just hop into our first story here. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and let you go first this week because I don't remember who went first last time.
Alrighty. So this was posted into r/paranormal as of 5 years ago by lovely_Leli. I think that's how you pronounce that. It is titled Ghost Girl at Denver Airport. Now I know what you're thinking. You probably don't have to read the story. It's all there in the title. But, stick in there. We'll see. We'll see if there's any twists and turns. It says, it's flared with experience because why wouldn't it be? Hi, all. I'm new to this sub, and I'm on mobile, so forgive me. My story isn't very long, but I've never been able to explain it, and it seems like the best place to share it. And this seems like the best place to share it, so here I go. This happened sometime in 2015. Okay, wait, so this would have been...
This would have been 2020 when it was posted.
Right, when it was posted.
Yeah.
Okay. I was living in Colorado Springs, but I wanted to fly home to visit my family out of state. So off I went to the DIA. The experience on my departing flight was uneventful. This incident actually happened on my return from my trip. For those who haven't been, this airport is big enough to need a train between the 3 gates. So when you arrive there from a flight, you have to take the stairs down to a train station. I'm sorry, this is in quotes. Train station. This big hallway where it picks people up to ride the train to get to baggage claim.
So it's a subterranean train. It's like a subway. You go in. It takes you from the security to, they say gates here. And I think in my story they say terminals, but they're concourses, so they're separate individual structures with all the gates and stuff. And this train goes between all of them. Now, Concourse A, which is the closest to the main terminal where you come in and go through security, does have a bridge that you can walk, which is personally how I like to do it. But the train is the only way you can get to the second and third concourse, which would be B and C. So
gotcha. I flew in the middle of the week and later in the evening, so there weren't many people there anyway. I had just missed a train when I initially got downstairs, so the hallway was almost empty. Just me and probably 5 other people. I'm standing off by myself texting my ride, and I looked up at the glass doors that opened to the tracks. In the reflection, I saw a little girl, probably around 6 or 7 years old, standing next to me, staring at me through the reflection. My immediate reaction was to turn where she was supposed to be on my right so I could ask her where her parents were. But I didn't see her. So I looked up into the reflection again, and she was there. But there was no one physically within probably 20 feet around me. I know this for sure because I pulled out a ruler. Because I made an idiot of myself spinning in circles a couple of times to really make sure I wasn't crazy. Take a drink. Poster mentions that they're not crazy. She only existed in the reflection, though. Pretty soon, the train came, and right before it moved behind the glass, the little girl put her hand up to wave at me, and then she disappeared as the train replaced her. Driving past Blucifer on the way home, my main thought was, of course my first ghost sighting would happen at DIA. So yeah, it's not a long story, and it's not very eventful, but it is the instance I became certain ghosts or something like them exist. Also, if anyone has stories about the DIA, I'd love to hear them. I was really hoping the end of that story would be, also, if anyone's coming by departures or arrivals, could you please pick me up? I'm still at the airport.
So they say this is what was the exact wording they said? Not very eventful story. And I have something I say a lot on this show. I usually pick a lot of nothing stories. This one's pretty eventful. Something happened. I would consider this an experience, right?
Right.
Kind of creepy. I will say, at first, it sounded like they were waiting for the train, like by themselves, like there was no one else around, which would be a little spooky because it is a pretty large area where you wait for the train because there's two sides. Usually one is closed down, so everybody's just piling into one side, but that thing fills up so fast, especially if there's a train coming. It would be hard to imagine no one being around you.
It would feel liminal. Like the back rooms.
Yeah, especially if it was like later in the day, like at night. I don't think I've ever flown out of that airport like late at night. I've picked up a friend there once late at night. But usually I go super early in the morning, which is the same thing. It's just the opposite, right? I've gotten there at like 3 a.m. before, which I guess can be considered late. But yeah, no, that's weird. It's fun that the little girl decided to wave right before she disappeared. Why would there be a little girl ghost in this airport?
That's a good question. We're gonna have to do some research to find out how many little girls died at the Denver airport.
And we got to find out which concourse it was. You know, our mutual friend Ash, who you can catch on the Dirty 22, works at the Denver airport. So maybe we probably should have reached out to them for some stories, right?
You ever seen any waving little girls?
Because the Denver airport, as everybody knows, is a weird airport. There's plenty of conspiracy theories about it. There's plenty of TikToks about it. There are underground tunnels. The entirety of the airport, not the structure itself, but the entirety of the airport from one end to the other, like including the land that it's on, is bigger than New York City, right? So a lot of space, a lot of weird stuff. Blucifer, like they mentioned in this story, a lot of weird things, a lot of weird paintings and sculptures all throughout it. But with all that, I've never heard of it being haunted, especially because it's such a new airport. It was built in like 2000. It's only like 25 years old. But yeah, no, that's crazy.
I like that the story was subtle. It wasn't like the little girl was floating or she had black eyes or her head was spinning around.
She was just hanging out.
A figure that waved.
Yeah, just waiting for the train like everybody else.
She had places to be.
Yeah. Let's see what the comments have to say.
All right. Ray 1991 says, Did anyone close to you get pregnant shortly afterwards?
What?
I heard of stories where people see children before pregnancies. There's an actual name for this. I wish I could remember it.
Google it. Google it before you post.
You don't have to press post. You don't have to enter in this post before you don't know.
See, I have a habit where if I'm uncertain about something before I message someone, I check before I message them. And usually I'm remembering correctly or I'm right in assuming something, but more times than I'd probably like to admit, I have to make a correction before I send it. Just look it up, man. Oh wait, hold on. OP responds to that.
Oh yes, there's a few responses to it. Lovely. The OP says, so funny story. Now that you mention it, I'm not saying it was like directly after that happened, but within the following year or two, come on, every woman I worked closely with, every woman, it could be 4, I worked closely with got pregnant. All of them.
They impregnated all the women they work with. That's crazy. What the hell?
It's crazy. It's funny you say that's a funny story because I got all my coworkers pregnant. There were 4 of us. Oh, that's funny. There were 4 of us working in a dog grooming salon, and the other 3 women got pregnant. They joked about me cursing them. 2 of them were married and wanted children, and the other one was an accident. Come on. But she was still excited. So it was really a joke.
I'm going to say all children are accidents. Because what kind of sane person wants a kid?
And even the ones who want kids, and then they say, we're trying for baby, right? We're trying to have a kid. We're really raw dogging every night. When they do get pregnant, they're surprised by it.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened.
Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So this is clearly a woman.
Yes.
I'm grasping from context here. But usually when in stories I've heard where you foresee a child, it's your own child. It's weird that they're foreseeing someone else's child. But do we know if any of these kids, any of these to-be children were little girls?
Yeah, were they little girls, and did they ever go to the airport, and did they ever wave? Do little girls wave? Do you know that?
Yeah, little Ray here says, there you go, you saw a baby Jinn.
Are you familiar with Jinn?
No.
Okay, so Jinn, Arabian origins genies.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That caught up to me. Okay.
Usually it's spelled with a D, but mythical, kind of godlike characters within mythos of the Middle East and all that.
Oh, look at this. Someone asked here, Tech33, who's online right now, by the way, says,
what?
Yeah, you can see on mobile, you can see a little green dot that tells you they're online. It says, this person says, oh, cool. Which terminal? Which is what I wanted to know. They say, honestly, I don't remember since it was a few years ago, but I want to say C. I feel like I end up in C every time I fly in. I just know for sure it wasn't A, LOL. Yeah, because again, if it was A, you could just walk. You don't have to take the train. I guess it depends on what airline you take, because I'm usually always in A, which is convenient for me, but it's
are you a Spirit kind of guy? Delta?
I don't think Spirit exists anymore. Normally I do
Carnival?
Frontier, but I also do I think it's Delta. Yeah, one of those two, and they're usually both in A. So
this podcast is not sponsored. I've only flown twice.
Ever?
I have very, very little experience flying.
Man, I think I've gone like $4,000 in debt this year just from traveling. So.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Okay, there's only really a couple more comments on here. We'll read these and then move on to my next story.
Blue Tears 30, and I'm going to read this as it's written. Wow, this story and fascinating at the same time.
Yeah, it is a story and fascinating.
It could be the fact that the little was killed in this place by the train or not. Well, Blue Tears,
thought, huh? You're really bringing us to tears here.
You know, okay, I bitch about this kind of shit whenever I get commercials for it, but wow, I'm actually going to forget what the product is. But it's like, oh, do you have trouble writing emails to your boss? Oh, do you need to write a paper for school? Well, you should Grammarly.
Yeah, Grammarly.
Okay, if you use Grammarly, I'm going to call you out on this. Anyone who uses Grammarly, grow up. Stop it. If you can't write an email, that's too fucking bad. You don't deserve to write an email. But here's
Who
what I'll say.
writes
Blue
emails
tier
anymore?
30, yes, you can use Grammarly to write a Reddit post or a comment.
I didn't use it anyways. I've always had Grammarly on my browser just in case, but your internet browser corrects your grammar for you. Most of them have like spell check and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to delete Grammarly because when I would try to read stories for this podcast, it would keep popping up anytime I hovered over a word, and it drove me insane. So I had to like eventually finally take it off. But yeah, let's see. OP here says, I don't know. She definitely wasn't standing on the tracks. She was just standing next to me. So it was a reflection. I could just only see her in the reflection. Once the train came, I couldn't even really see my own reflection anymore, so I'm not sure. Plus, I never found a news article or anything about a child dead at the airport, but maybe. I doubt I'll ever know for sure.
My first thought when she said that she saw a little girl in the reflection of the train, or the doors where the train picks you up, is that it was like an advertisement, like it was a poster.
Yeah.
And then it waved, and I was like, that's probably not right then.
In 2015, I don't know if they had that kind of technology.
Waving billboards.
Yeah. Blue Tears does respond to that with, yeah, but still gonna be weird and creepy. I hope you're good now.
But this still gonna be weird and creepy.
I like the little check-in at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
and
hope
then
you're
Ray
good
Ray
now.
comments again.
Oh.
Hey, well, they're the last one. Someone named Sarah Vanessa calls me, says, creepy place, creepy story. Succinct. We like it.
Succinct, yeah, good stuff.
But Ray Ray does say, I've heard so many similar stories that I can't help but believe our soul is older than this incarnation. What? What?
I've heard so many similar stories that I can't help but believe our soul is older than this incarnation. Maybe she meant her soul. Maybe.
So I was going to guess this person was getting into reincarnation, but the next sentence in this comment literally leads us there. So they say, whether our spirit is reincarnated, I'm still on the fence, warming up to it. So they don't quite believe in reincarnation, but they're getting there. Or if they were created at the same time as the Big Bang is still a mystery to me. So I'm open to baby Jinn spirits. Okay.
Wow.
All right. We went somewhere in that last comment.
I'm lost. I mean, I'm like at sea now, but we went somewhere.
Okay. We're almost half an hour in, so let's go ahead and move on to the next.
Okay, yeah, let's move on.
This one is also going to be Denver airport related, but it's from the Glitch in the Matrix subreddits, posted 8 years ago by Space Penguin. It's titled, Ended Up in a Part of the Airport That Didn't Exist. Okay. So this week I was coming back from California, and I had to go through the Denver airport, which is known for its countless conspiracies and agendas. Agendas?
What? Getting people from one place to another place?
Yeah. I ended up having to check my luggage because they had no room left on the plane for something of that size, meaning I'd have to go a slightly different way to hit baggage claim afterwards. The train leads to the exit. Like, depending on what concourse you're on, the train just leads to where you need to go to leave the airport. It's all one direction. So when I stepped off the plane, I made my way through the normal crowd of people boarding the plane next and followed the signs of baggage claim. And that's when it got weird. The first thing I noticed was how oddly quiet the airport was, and also that I was in an area of it I had never been before. It was newly refurbished and very dimly lit, with metal plating along the walls and a couple of closed outlet stores and restaurants that shouldn't have been closed at 9 p.m. I don't know, 9 p.m. is getting pretty up there. I looked around to see that I was the only person in the area. There was no music playing, and the walkway led to a single metal door marked exit. I looked around like an idiot for a few minutes, not wanting to go through the door and trigger an alarm. But it turned out to be my only way out. By the way, it was marked the Terminal D on the ceiling, and I know for sure that the plane landed at Terminal C, which is the farthest one at the airport, as no Terminal D exists. I ended up going through the door, which led me to, strangely enough, right next to gate 40 of Terminal C, which the plane had parked at. I was genuinely freaked out and asked the TSA lady if she knew where the door went, and she said janitor's closet. Then I asked her about Terminal D, and she looked at me like I was on drugs. So apparently,
D stands for drugs.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently I ended up in a part of the airport that doesn't exist. Maybe a Terminal D is built in the future? This is very confusing. Thanks for reading, though. Well, it's been 8 years, and I can tell you there is no Concourse D, as far as I know.
Wow. How very confusing.
Yeah. So I would say it's easy to get turned around at that airport. Airports are confusing, right? But they're almost all just a straight line.
Usually.
Every airport I've ever been to, it's you follow a straight line, you get from one point to the other. It's not.
Sometimes if you walk in a straight line, you end up back at where you started.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a maze, right? Okay. Yeah, there's only 3 concourses. I just looked on a map. That's A, B, and C. Let's see. Comments. Ours means bear. Commented, you walked right into and then out of the Twilight Zone. To which someone named Yikes, I'm Scared responded to that with, it is possible that Terminal D is built, but as of yet not open to the public. Maybe it's in the final stages of construction and soon will be open.
Surely Yikes, I'm Scared meant to comment their own comment and not post that
under this guy's
ours
comments.
means bear, right?
Yeah. But then someone responds to him or to them and is like, to my knowledge, and it's been a while since I read anything about Denver, D and E are in place, but they aren't constructed. They're just planned in case they need them. Well, still not constructed. So
here's what I'll say though. 2020 did a lot of damage to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe D and E were just scrapped.
Well, okay, so man, I don't want to run the risk of this turning into an airplane podcast again.
Oh shit!
But DFW, the DFW International Airport, has different terminals. I think it goes from A to E. And the last time I flew out of there, I rented a car, which I don't normally do. So I had to take a shuttle from the car rental place to the terminal I was going to. And the bus driver was just kind of giving us fun facts as he was driving us along. And they are building 2 new terminals at the DFW airport.
Oh, shit.
And they're moving because the way it works is when you go in, you drive on the little highway that leads through the airport. But if you're going to go to a terminal, you have to exit on the left, right? You keep left and you exit to that terminal. Mm-hmm. They're building 2 new terminals and moving all of those exits to the right side now. So it's
man.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be a nightmare going through
that
there.
That sounds crazy.
But you know what I also found out from that guy is that they're building a Universal Studio amusement park in Plano.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so I don't have to go to Florida to. I mean, I've never been to Universal, and I don't know if I ever plan on it, but it's good to know. Let's see. A since deleted user said, that's interesting. You should have tried to re-enter the door you came out of to confirm it was a janitor's closet and get security immediately sicked on you, huh? Oh, that's what OP says. The security lady probably wouldn't have let me do that.
Yeah, there are certain things you absolutely can't even think about doing at an airport.
Yeah. Someone responded to that, could have bought with it's either should have or should of, but never should of, like should have instead of should of.
Okay, could have bought. And this is coming from someone who started college with an English major. Okay. You know, because of the previous part of the sentence, what should of means. And that's how language works. We don't speak now the way English used to be because language evolves along with society and civilizations and people and generations. So to say should of is just as, if not easier to understand than contractions.
It doesn't even matter because if you look at the original comment, it says should have, to which the deleted user does respond with dumbass bot. It had it right.
I got so upset.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do a couple more and then move on. Robbie W086 says, so just to clear this up for us. So you came out of the closet. Congrats, man.
Congrats. Yes, Motzel.
To which Rating Fridges says he was looking for the D. Okay. Let's see.
Good
Someone said, look at a map of the airport and find where you were. Okay. Not a whole lot of
But we know where the broom closet is.
Oh man, someone here, Whiskers256 says, maybe they stored your baggage in another reality. There's a lot of jokes and like sincere recommendations here. Not a whole lot of leaning into it, right?
Sure.
Except for this deleted user who says somewhat interesting. That's about as much as people are willing to dive into this, huh?
That part of the airport is under construction right now, is what Ann WH says 9 years ago.
Well, I don't know what that led to, so...
Man, I hate that these are archived.
Yeah, but anyways, that's about as interesting as that story is going to get, so...
All right.
Do we have a theory before we move on?
I mean, it's the usual stuff. It was a wormhole. It was a time skip. They jumped from one universe to the other. It was a Mandela effect.
Here, let me posit this.
Yeah.
He did go into an alternate dimension, but not an alternate dimension where there was an extra D terminal, but an alternate dimension where C doesn't exist. Right? It goes straight from B to D.
A, B, D.
Yeah.
Right. I've argued that C doesn't belong in the alphabet. Probably not on this show, but I genuinely think we could get rid of C and be okay.
I don't know. There's so many good words that start with C.
Yeah, started with K now. Sorry.
Fair.
Oh, does it make a sound? Started with an S.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You're right.
C does two jobs that letters already have. Or we can go even further, take away K and S. No, we probably can't take away S, can we?
No. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we could do without C.
Yeah, no more C's. He's gone.
The official stance of paranormal dudes. All right, moving on. So your next story here, the third bridge in Colorado.
Yeah, posted at r/paranormal as of 3 years ago by Gothic LG. The third bridge in Colorado. For those who don't know what the third bridge is, it is the name of the bridge. It is not a sequentially. It's not the third bridge you find in Colorado. This is flared as experience, and it reads like this. For some reason, I feel like sharing these stories, so here I am. That's a good start. I'd like to add some disclaimer before we start. Well, thank God we're here. I won't be giving out more precise directions than what can be found online. The land on either side of this bridge is technically private property, and the fact that any of us can make it out there at all tells me that the owner or owners have enough trespassers. I'd prefer not to make their trespassing problem worse if the current vaguely worded directions keep anyone away.
Okay. Great. You're keeping this moral high ground. You are just telling people to look online, though. So
it's true.
Maybe get off your high horse.
Background on the location. The biggest story involve local Native Americans and a local settlement. Like many places in early America, a war ended up happening and I'm sorry, there's no punctuation in this, so I'm trying to guess where the commas should be. Like many places in early America, a war ended up happening and the Native Americans in the area got massacred. Classic America. To this day, you can hear the war drums from the tribe playing as they approach. There was also a car crash rumored to have happened. What do you mean rumored? Is there no record of this? Okay, several teens were in a car out there and driving at high speed, as teenagers do. There was a single survivor left disabled. Again, if this is a rumor, you could check these things. If there was a single survivor, you could look that person up, right?
Yeah.
My experience. Oh, sorry. None of that was the story.
No.
By the way.
That was just context. I would say my second story is also a third bridge story.
Okay.
So I think that one gives a little more context. I don't know. I didn't read through the whole thing, so we'll see.
All right. So this next part is titled My Experiences. It started in 2006, in a way most of us that make it out there do. I had a friend who knew how to get there, and I had a car. We waited until it was dark, and we headed out. As someone who's always been a little sensitive, the place was
Take
like
a drink. I'm going to start adding that. Every time they say I'm sensitive to this kind of stuff,
sure.
Take a drink.
Sensitive
take
or being
2
susceptible.
drinks. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. Okay, sorry.
Take 2 drinks. Okay. As someone who's always been a little sensitive, the place was like a guy punch. I'm sure they meant gut punch.
Yeah. It's just like a
But
random guy
punch is
comes up
pretty
and punches
funny.
you. Yeah.
Oh, this place was like a guy punch. I had to work to get out of the car and work harder to get off of the road. We explored the area and I took pictures that had lots of floating dirt in them, but no evidence. Michael
What?
Graves would have had a field day with that.
Yeah.
Floating dirt's pretty scary. This is the only time I've heard the drums play. They were always distant, and we could never nail down a direction. It was always chanting. On the way back, something else happened. Sorry, that's really funny. Okay. Yeah, tell the story, bud. We had something that was clearly a border collie run onto the road. When I got out to check for it, since we'd obviously hit it, there was no dog. It's a weird way to word that sentence.
So a dog runs into the road, you guys hit it, and then you go to check and it's gone. Okay.
Yeah. My friend claims to have spoken to the property owner, and they had lost a collie that way years before. That way, as in getting hit by a car?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
For a second, because we've lived around a lot of people who talk backwards, so I just imagine they meant like in that direction, you know?
Yeah,
but,
see, that's the first way I took that.
Yeah, but
I
okay.
probably went once a day for 2 years at what? What? I misread that. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I probably
psychotic.
went once every year or 2 after that. Same gut punch every time. While I never had the drums or the dog come back up, I had other experiences. It was a 90-degree night. I was one turn away and my windshield fogged so severely I couldn't see through it. A car with one headlight chased me out of the area every time. I constantly felt looked at and followed. It never felt like I was welcomed there. I stopped going when I left the state and still feel called back sometimes. Most times I'm glad I'm so far away.
Okay, hey, guy, Gothic LG, Gothic Large, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
You literally start this story by saying, I'm not going to tell you guys where it is so you don't bother the people who live there. Sounds like you were bothering the people who live there and they didn't want you to.
And they were chasing you away.
Yeah, I didn't feel welcomed. Yeah, you weren't. Get the fuck out, man. What the hell? Fucking dumbass. Holy shit.
Very few comments on this one. Jack _Shid, who is a paranormal researcher, by the way, and a top 1% commenter.
Hell yeah.
We might have to check this person out. Says, it seems like every town near every city in every state has a haunted bridge somewhere, usually with very similar backstories to this one. For what it's worth, I know where this bridge is, and I've been there myself, as have many people I know. It seems that there are a lot of stories that come from that location, but I have never seen a sliver of evidence. It makes me think that the reputation of this location is more active than the location itself. Like maybe the haunting is caused by thoughts planted in the minds of those who visit, and the location isn't actually haunted. Wow, Jack Shid.
Hey, yeah, applaud to Jack Shid, a reasonable person. If you Google Colorado Third Bridge, one of the first things that pops up is car crash 1997. So I'm going to click on that real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's see. This is from the AI overview, so take it with a grain of salt.
All right.
In 1997, a car full of teenagers crashed at the Third Bridge near Bennett, Colorado, resulting in the deaths of 2 girls and injuries to several others. The accident involved the car losing control and going into a creek below the bridge. The area is known for frequent accidents and is a local legend for being haunted. The reputation further solidified by this 1997 crash. Yeah, I believe it. People in Colorado drive like fucking jackasses, man. I hate it so much.
Does it say what kind of car it was?
Not in the overview. Let's see.
It was a Subaru.
There's a second, probably. There's a second little overview here. Location: the crash occurred at the Third Bridge near Bennett, Colorado. Date: 1997. Doesn't get more specific than that. Victims: 2 teenage girls were killed and several others injured. Cause: the car lost. Okay, this is literally just recapping exactly what it said in that paragraph.
Yeah.
Never mind. There are several news articles. Denver 7 has one. Here titled "Other Teens Crashed at Third Bridge Years Before Deadly Accident That Killed 5." Oh, the AI said 2. So, a car full of teenagers crashed at the Ghost Bridge nearly 20 years before 5 people were killed in a fiery crash after leaving the haunted bridge on Sunday. The latest accident happened Sunday morning. Oh wait, hold on. So when is this from? This is from 2016. The latest accident happened Sunday morning on County Line Road near the Elbert-Arapahoe County line. Friends of the victims said the 5 were on their way back from the bridge when the crash happened. The Ghost Bridge, or Third Bridge, as it's known today, is a haunted area where, according to legend, there was a Native American massacre. It is located 14 miles east of Aurora, County Line Road, near Kiowa Creek. See, in the summer of 1997, a car full of teenagers lost control and went into a creek at the bridge. 2 girls died and several others were injured. Okay, so I guess it was just pulling directly from that quote. Colorado State troopers said the car in Sunday's crash was traveling at a high rate of speed before it rolled several times and caught fire. Wow, that's insane, but I believe it. I'll tell you, man, driving in Colorado infuriates me so much. I just, like, every time I'm on the road, I'm like, God, please, someone just drop a nuke on this place so I don't have to deal with this. Let's see. OP did respond to that. We've honestly wondered that too. It's why I don't dig up those old photos. I'd love to post the one that's practically white with spots, but it's a dirty location. There was 5 teenagers wandering around, and I know it just to be loose dirt. Kicking up some dirt has replicated it perfectly every time. Okay, so they're just talking about the photos that they took. Not necessarily responding to the fact that this guy was like, I think it's all in your head.
Yeah.
One other person, Margina Tricks. Okay. This sounds similar to a location that was featured on the show 72-Hour Lockdown. And OP just says, might have been.
Yeah, it might have been.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to my last one because it is pretty long and we're almost at an hour here. So
yeah,
let's see. My last story is simply titled "Third Bridge, Colorado" in the Paranormal subreddit by Bill 30322. 8 years ago. Dang. Wait, was that other one from 5 years? No, your last one was from 3 years ago. So I guess it's just coincidental. Let's see. There was a picture posted on this post. I tried to click on the link and it says page not found. So I guess nothing there. So let's see. This story goes, hello there. Hello there. I've posted one experience. Figured I'd post my other true terrifying experience. When I was younger, my friends and I went through a phase and we were addicted to going to haunted locations in our state of Colorado. Addicted, huh? This one place in particular, Third Bridge, has left me with some memories I will never forget. I'm going to tell you the two experiences that happened to me that made me a believer. Okay. A little background about this place first. Should I even read the little background? We just did it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, screw it. I'll be fast. My friends and I were researching haunted areas in Colorado that we could go to that weren't too far a drive. Came across Third Bridge. Legend has it that Native Americans were slaughtered there. Also, teens have died in car accidents at the bridge looking for a scare. You can look this place up to verify the information I'm telling you. We already did. To get to this place, you have to take... Oh, so this person's actually going to give you directions. You have to take County Line Road, basically all the way into the middle of nowhere. Farmhouses are spread out a great distance from each other. No streetlights either. It's pitch black if you turn your headlights off. Eventually, the road turns into dirt, and you take to road until you get to hill. Okay. Once you drive up the hill and get to the top, your headlights illuminate a scene straight out of a horror movie. At the top of the hill, you can see the bridge, which looks very old and beat up. It's a concrete bridge, and you can just tell it's been there for a long time. When I looked up images, it just looks like a road. It looks like it keeps going. You wouldn't even know it's a bridge unless you got like to the edge. At the top of the hill, you can see the bridge, which looks very old, blah, blah, blah. The creek that runs under it is completely dried out. The bridge is surrounded by these huge, scary-ass trees. They look evil at night, and if that makes sense. Just being on that hill, looking down at the scene, dread just overwhelms you. Okay, this is where they get into the experiences. They're just labeled 1 and 2. So 1, the very first time my friends and I went to this place was probably the scariest. It was... Wait, hold on. Okay, this isn't the same poster from the last story, right?
No,
Okay,
there's no way.
I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so the first time was the scariest. It was 4 of us in my Toyota 4Runner. We find County Line Road and eventually make it to where it turns into a dirt road. As soon as the road changed to dirt, we all got this feeling that something bad was going to happen. Like we had made a mistake deciding to come here. We make it to the top of the hill and I just stop. We were all just sitting there looking in every direction, still deciding if we really want to drive down to the bridge. We hadn't been sitting there more than 2 minutes when I see, at the foot of the bridge below us, a tall, dark figure just standing there. I knew it was staring at us. You could feel it. It had no facial features. It was just this solid black figure. You could tell it was a person, though. I looked at my friend in the passenger seat and asked him if he's seeing it right now. All he said was yep, with this terrified look on his face. I look in the back to see my other 2 friends holding each other, staring at this thing. A boyfriend and girlfriend, to clarify. As I returned my focus back to this thing, it started sprinting at us. Once it started running, something was waving on this thing at about foot level, like it was wearing a damn cape. Okay. I put that SUV in reverse and got the hell out of there. We didn't even make it to the bridge. Okay.
Am I dumb? I'm having trouble visualizing what this is.
I guess what they're saying is that as this thing is sprinting towards them, they see like fluttering at their feet as if they're wearing a cape.
Okay.
Right. So first story, not a bridge story. They didn't even make it to the bridge. So I guess the thing came from the bridge.
It's a road story.
Yeah. Would be scary as all hell. I'm starting to think, should we add shadow figure to the drinking game? Anytime somebody sees a shadow figure in a supposedly haunted area that hasn't traditionally featured shadow figures.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
This is only our second. If the story's
about shadow figures, then probably not.
Yeah. This is only our third bridge story. So I don't know what's supposed to be there, right? Okay, 2. Second story. After we had told all of our friends about what happened, a few others wanted to go check it out. So I smartly agreed to go there again. I guess that was sarcasm. The couple I had went with the first time didn't want to do it this time. Can't blame them. My other friend, surprisingly, was down to go. So I loaded up my vehicle again with full crew and we headed out. Fast forward to the top of the hill. Fortunately, Shadow Man wasn't there again, so we slowly made out decent down to the bridge. I parked my vehicle on the bridge turn it off, roll the windows down a little, and we sit in total darkness. Okay, that's how you get into a car crash, right? You just fucking sit on the middle of the road with no lights or anything on. The whole time, we had this feeling we were being watched. Just like the other guy. Our eyes had adjusted to the dark, and just looking out there was terrifying. If nothing really spooky happening, I turned the car on and drove to the end of the bridge to turn around so we would be facing the exit in case anything happened. Okay, that doesn't seem smart, right? Like, I don't know, maybe don't have your back to the creepy thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, that you want to attract it, right? If you want an experience, you got to invite it in.
I call bullshit on that. Oh my God, where am I? Okay. They park backwards in case they want to leave in a hurry. So same thing. I park and turn the car off. We sat there probably 10 minutes and nothing happened. I was a bit disappointed because I wanted my other friends to see and believe what my other friends and I saw. My friend in the back seat suggested we go under the bridge. Okay, fuck that guy. Nowadays, I would say nope right away, but I was eager for something to happen. We all get out of the car and make our way to the railing to step over to get to the land under the bridge. We didn't even walk 2 feet when we all heard this blood-curdling scream. It was a woman, and it sounded like she was being butchered. The scream gave out this horrible feeling of dread and evil. Yeah, I bet, man, if you hear somebody being fucking murdered, yeah. Fear took over my body, and I started to tear up. Okay. We all booked it like track stars back to my car and got the hell out of there. Haven't been back since. I dropped all my friends off and went home. I got out of the car and went around my vehicle to do just a quick check of the tires and everything. I get to the back window, and where dirt had kicked up on the window, there were 2 handprints. One on top of the other. Okay. How the fuck would... anyways. Or maybe it's one over the other one. Okay. It was like the handprint on the bottom was reaching out of the car and something dragged it away. What? That doesn't make any sense either. Wouldn't the window be too high to be reaching from under oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks for reading the story. Sorry for the length. I'd like to hear others' experiences of exploring haunted areas in your state. I'm also hoping Colorado natives read this. Thanks. Well, we're not natives, but we've been here long enough.
Long enough.
Oh, okay. Hold on. First comment here. So this guy is a complete opposite of the other dude. First comment is Colorado native. I think the bridge I was going to for the scares when I was younger wasn't the actual third bridge after reading your story. Could you send me a pin on Google Maps of the bridge location? To which they send a latitude and longitude.
Oh my God.
Directions.
They give you like satellite coordinates.
Well, if you Google third bridge, again, it literally, one of the things that pops up is a pin to where it is exactly. So,
right. Oh, I guess we should say we do not condone trespassing or, going onto other people's private property. There, it's said.
I don't condone doing this kind of stupid shit. Yeah, like
I don't condone haunted bridges.
Google gives you a literal pin to where it is. I may have actually driven down this road before. Let me see real quick.
Oh my God. Gypsy Witch 05 comments on this post, this long ass fucking post. And the comment says, I'm a Colorado native. I've never been there though. Hey, you didn't have to say anything.
I've actually driven down this road before. I've driven over this bridge to go. That's my cat Cowboy. Whenever we went to go pick him up, I didn't want to get stuck in traffic. I was driving like north, so we decided to take a longer way, kind of going east. And yeah, it literally drove me down this road, and it turns into a dirt road, and goes all the way down. All I remember thinking when I was driving down this thing was, why the fuck would anyone live out here? Like, why the fuck isn't this paved? Cool. Well, all right. So we heard from 2 Colorado natives, and let's see. Oh, another Colorado native here. This person is expat in Ireland. Okay. Although high school we heard stories about Third Bridge. The story I heard was my friends who went out there and nothing much happened other than feeling a feeling of unease. But they got out of the car and saw tiny handprints on the outside and booked it. Another group of friends, about 4, claimed to all have seen a giant black bull figure with glowing red eyes. And my friend driving flew off into a ditch and broke his back. What? Holy shit.
Whoa.
He walks with a cane now. Jesus Christ. I tend not to believe that one, though, because they had all done some hallucinogens. The one where he broke his back? What? My best friend and a couple others people finally went there one night, but had a hard time finding it. I just remember getting immensely upset and freaked out as we drove, and in the middle of the dirt road further on, we saw just a fuck ton of crows. That was unusual since they seemed to make no sounds. It was the middle of the night and hadn't been raining, so there's no real reason for them to be out there. A legend is probably stronger than the place, but the fear was palpable. Okay, so this is the third bridge story we've heard. None of them seem to kind of intersect, right? There's no... One guy said you hear drums from the natives. I think I Googled it earlier today, and I saw something about that, but I don't know. We only heard it in the one story. But yeah, so far we have Shadow Man, Shadow Bull, drums, handprints, and what was the second one from the first story?
The second instance?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they had gone out there. Man, it was so forgetful.
Yeah. Anyways, so far they haven't. There's nothing that's kind of leading me to believe that there's anything actually going on at this point.
They were chased off by a car with one light.
Oh yeah. That is creepy, but that definitely seems more like human. than
yeah,
anything.
Probably a human threat.
Yeah. So see, Nightwolf 311 says, I grew up in Littleton, and I remember going to Third Bridge with a group of friends my junior year of high school. We didn't see any dark figures, but we heard the drums. Oh, there we go. And when we left, the car was covered in handprints. Needless to say, that was my first and last time on that bridge. See, that's creepy, right? If you think about it as like, oh, this is the natives trying to protect their land. You hear the drums, okay, creepy. And then you see a bunch of handprints on your car. Hella creepy, right?
Yeah, very creepy.
But give me those stories. And I don't know.
What if someone that lives around there just has like a really kickin' sound system and they like listening to native music?
Yeah. It's just a guy with a drum circle. They just happen to meet every time some kids go out there. Well, I guess not every time. That's why they don't all match. Let's see. Not a Colorado native, but enjoyed your story. I definitely would have gone back with more friends as well. Hell, I'd probably go back after hearing the screams, but with like a dozen people and recording equipment. I've often explored known haunted places in the South, but haven't had any paranormal encounters yet. Sounds like I need to head to Colorado. Sounds like you need a new hobby, man. I don't know if it's not working for you. Find something else. Man, a lot of Colorado natives in here. Now, let's see. I'm a Colorado native, and I've heard about the Third Bridge for many years now. I mostly dismissed it as urban legend, but there seems to be a good number of people who have had experiences there, and I've had some acquaintances who have gone there and claim to have felt a sense of fear and unease. Well, yeah, if you're going there to get scared, you're going to feel uneasy and scared. Right? Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. It's the same feeling you get from walking into like a hospital, right? You have associations, and I won't even stop at hospital, libraries, police departments. Like, there is a decorum that you know should be exhibited at these locations, and your body's going to react to just being there.
Yeah. So, yeah. He says they also heard some terrifying noises. The stories of Native Americans slaughtered there are unconfirmed. Yeah, no shit. But there was an accident involving teenagers. Yeah. We went into all that stuff. How are you supposed to confirm something that white people did 200 years ago who probably weren't keeping records? And they're certainly not going
to report on it.
Yeah, of the shitty things that they were doing. Okay, see, OP, we'll end here. OP posts a really long comment on here, and they say, oh, nice, just be careful. I don't know who they're responding to because it's just a separate comment. Colorado has a ton of places. I've checked out only a couple because of the driving distance of the others. So that's something that I kind of like, but also hate about Colorado, is that in 3 hours in any direction, I can be out of Colorado, right? Except for if you go through the mountains, obviously that adds time. But going north, east, south, 3 hours and I'm in a different state, right? Whereas in Texas, you drive 3 hours, you're 2 cities away, right?
You could drive 10 hours.
Yeah. But I will say, driving 45 minutes to go down to Colorado Springs from Denver is a pain in the ass, mostly because the people drive like shit everywhere. People are just bad drivers in general. In Colorado, it just seems worse. I don't know why, but it does. Like I went to Texas for a week and I did a shit ton of driving. I did not get like irritated a single time through any of those drives. And those were like 3 hour, 4 hour drives all over that state. 45 minutes in Colorado, I want to kill myself. Let's see. I've checked out Cheeseman Park. It's a park in downtown Denver that was built on a cemetery. 100% fact. Didn't experience anything paranormal, but we did see some weird people there. Okay. Wouldn't advise checking that place out at night, known for dangerous activity. I would definitely suggest checking out Riverdale Road in Thornton. It's a haunted road that's supposed to have a phantom truck, a lady in white on the road. And a lady in white on the road, I guess. There's a tree where a supposed witch hung herself, and the tree has like this pretty big scorch mark on it, like somebody had been sucked into it. What? Okay.
You said a lot of words. I don't know if you actually told me anything.
Yeah. There's also rumors of gates of hell. Where, in Thornton? I would say Colorado is a gate to hell. It's supposedly located on a property that a farmer burned down after he murdered his family. Okay. I didn't have the guts to go look for it because fuck that, LOL. Anyways, you can look all this... Oh my gosh. You can look all this stuff up on Shadowlands. Oh. Shadowlands. Okay. Maybe something for us to look into for this show in the future. It has all the states and their hauntings. Okay, we should definitely look into this, whatever this is. If you go to the third bridge, I'll probably have to give you directions. This guy just wants everybody to go there. They're all a little confusing. Good luck. While we were at Riverdale Road, we parked on the side of the road in this little cul-de-sac thing and turned the car off with the windows down. After a few minutes, we heard what sounded like somebody running at the car from the far land. We quickly left. Yeah, I bet somebody from that farm was running at your car. That's okay. So that kind of stuff creeps me out, right? Like,
well, yeah,
you're in the middle
tangible.
of nowhere. You see a person coming at you. You see a car with a broken headlight coming at you. Yeah, that stuff's creepy as shit. I wouldn't attribute that to ghosts, though. I would attribute that to something way scarier, which is a fucking stranger, right?
Which is a real thing coming after you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can end it there. Did we have any... What was that? Did Craig leave?
Oh, no. He's still here.
Oh, you posted something. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was like, what the heck?
All right, so before you read this, the last story you read reminded me of this. Now, it's important to note that this is very, very, very poorly written. Okay?
Yeah.
So just as... And maybe a lot of the listeners have probably heard this before, but it is just fun for me.
Okay. I'm guessing I haven't heard or seen this before. So, you want me to read it?
Actually, hold on. This isn't the whole post. Oh no, where's the whole thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. Save image. Okay. That's the whole post.
Okay. All right. It goes as such. Man and girl go to drive under moonlight. They stop at the side. Sorry. They stop at side of road. He turned to his girl and say, "Baby, I love you very much. What is it, honey? Our car is broken down. I think the engine is broken. I'll walk and get some more fuel. Okay, I'll stay here and look after our stereo." There have been news report of steerers being stolen. Good idea. Keep the doors locked, no matter what. I love you, sweetie. So the guy
That
left.
says sweaty.
Sorry, sweaty. I love you, sweaty. So the guy left to get fuel for the car. After 2 hours, the girls say, "Where's my baby? He was supposed to be back by now." Then the girl hear a scratching sound and a voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it, and then after a while, she goes to sleep. No, she goes to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man door hand hook her car door. Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta try that again. She gets out to check, and man door hand hook car door. Where the hell did you find this?
Oh, this is old. This is this was 2012, I think.
Yeah, it says May 19, 2012. But
no, I'd say up at the top.
Where were you saving this? Why did it come up now?
I remember hearing about it in college, and my mind always goes back to this. Anytime there's a story where people are in a car and something scary is happening, I think of man door hand hook car door. So
man door hand hook car door.
I know what they're trying to say. I know what they're trying to evoke in the story.
Oh yeah, no, it's classic.
There's no funnier way to say it than man door hand hook car door.
I need to know if this was a foreigner, someone who English wasn't their first language, right? Or if it was a middle schooler, trying to be edgy, right?
I hope it's the latter. I hope. Yeah, it's just some kid who was like, "Ooh, I'm cooking with this one."
Oh boy. Well, all right.
All right, that's going to have to do it for this Colorado-themed episode. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate that. Hey, thanks. If you have any supernatural stories of your own, you could submit them to us for this show down in the comments or to our Reddit, PONDPOD.
Yeah, and if you've been enjoying the show, you can do a couple things for us. You can leave a review or a comment wherever you listen to this podcast. You can also tell a friend about it, help us grow, So we've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even frighten. So remember, if you can't explain it, man door, hand hook, car door. So until next time, stay tuned and stay man door, hand hook, car door.
We're going to double down on that. That's awesome.
All right.
Oh, man.
Bye.
Bye.